Hi, I'm Erin Rose, and welcome to Hollywood Defined. This week, we'll look at the role of the post-producer. In a lot of big-budget Hollywood productions, a post-producer is needed to keep post-production on track and on budget. Let's go to Moviola's exclusive visual glossary of terms to get a clear understanding of this crucial role.
A post-producer oversees the creative and budgetary components of a film or television project during the post-production phase and reports directly to the main producer for the project.
Now we're going to speak with Rusty Austin, the post-producer of Hell's Kitchen, to see how the post-production process on a large-scale reality show works.
It's really like a feature film because there's so many people and there's so much going on and so many cameras and so much to do and everything has to be coordinated back and forth. Here on Hell's Kitchen, all of a sudden you've got 7 handhelds and a jib and 75 RoboCams and all this stuff coming in, and it all has to be transcribed. We did one season at a time, and then they decided that it cost so much money to build the kitchen, it made sense to amortize it over 2 seasons. So everything kind of flows from the number of tapes. So we shoot almost a 400-to-1 ratio. Like on the season we just finished, we shot 6,000 tapes. So the library is the size of this room. And I think at the height of our staff on season 9, we had maybe 145 people working in the building. We were on 3 floors of a high-rise on Wilshire. So that's the scope of it is really one of the biggest challenges. And just like I say, just to maintain your composure and your calm and be friendly to everybody and never blow your top. I mean, everybody takes their cues from you. And so if you are in a panicky mode, it filters into the staff. And if you are always calm and cool and they're not going to beat us, then everybody else is fine.
A post-producer can be responsible for all sorts of interesting things.
The presentation to the producers or to the director, how does that work on the show?
Well, we do everything over the internet now. And we send the cuts to them. They watch in their office. They send their notes back to us. On Hell's Kitchen, there is 2 executive producers that run the whole thing, and then they have co-executive producers that actually work in post. So my actual co-executive producer is in my office, so she'll go around to all the bays and sit with the editors and do all the creative. We're not creative at all on my side. I would say I'm more like a line producer for post is really what I am. I keep everything on track, make sure I keep a good eye on the schedule, make sure the schedule keeps going, and I talk to the executive producer about the editors. In the beginning, the executive producers would come in and sit and screen, and we had to have like a screening room. And another funny story from the past, when we did Nanny 911, we had Fox would come over and actually screen it to all the execs there, and they would have to have a big coffee order from the Coffee Bean. It was a huge thing for me. If I got the coffee order wrong, they'd yell at his boss would yell at my boss would yell at me. And so the other thing that they were notorious for was showing up late. So we'd do a whole coffee order, and they wouldn't come. And so we'd give it out to the staff, do another one, they wouldn't come. So by the time they get here, the staff is like completely wired on coffee.
Perfect.
Just very funny things happen like that.
You're the producer on the show, and you have to worry about the
Yeah,
coffee.
I'm in charge of the post facility, and so if they don't have their coffee, it comes down on me. And you think, oh, he's worried about editing, no, I'm worried about the coffee right now.
Hell's Kitchen has editing bays going 24/7. That's 14 separate editing bays with 2 shifts of editors and assistant editors. A tip we get from a lot of editors on getting into the Guild is to work for a reality show. Like Rusty said, there's so much footage to get through that you'll definitely be able to log your hours for the Guild. Well, it's about that time to wrap up this week's episode. For more of the interview with Rusty, more visual glossary of terms, and a host of other learning tools, visit Moviola.com. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week when we define another Hollywood role.